Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Business Today Television. We are at the fag end of 2025, which has turned out to be a not so good year for equity investors. If you're in large caps, which obviously you are not, it's a record high on the Nifty, but all of us and more are sitting in mid caps and small caps, and there is pain. There was also pain in one particular sector, which is the software IT sector for the last 3 years for various reasons. In the last 1 year, the advent of artificial intelligence has created a havoc for Indian IT companies. Before that, it was the case of higher valuations and lower growth. And more importantly, it was a case of money moving away from traditional software companies. What is the state now? What holds for 2026? Where will money come in as far as IT and telecom are concerned? We look ahead in this year-ender for 2025. Joining us on the show is Mr. Piyush Pandey, Senior Vice President for Equity Research at Centrum Broking. Namaste Piyush ji, and a very warm welcome. Finally, there are some green shoots in the IT sector. That may be because of buybacks that major companies have announced as far as large caps are concerned, or it might be because of the artificial intelligence trade playing out to the hilt. Now, what is your view at this point of time? What holds true for 2026?
Last quarter Q2 results were a reasonably good quarter for IT sector after a gap of almost 2 years. So in Q2, revenue grew sequentially for most companies, and there was improvement in margin. And more importantly, I would say there was good deal TCV for these companies. Demand pipeline looks good, and these companies have indicated that they are seeing good traction in AI-related deals. And recently, Accenture also came up with its numbers. AI deals have seen significant jump up. But also, I would say the clients of IT companies are now more comfortable with regarding tech spending. So, I would say there is a marginal improvement in terms of client behavior, especially verticals like BFSI. And finally, on top of that, there is rupee depreciation. So rupee depreciation has helped the IT companies to support their growth, their margin, and more importantly, the valuations. So anything, I think anything, and given the certain price, can look attractive. So IT companies are trading at roughly below 5-year average, most of these companies. So at the price, given improving fundamentals, they have turned attractive.
Okay. Piyush ji, what has your research thrown up? Infosys announced a very successful buyback. A lot of money has flown into TCS as well. Persistent is back up near its record high. Based on the earnings that have come in and the guidance that has been put forward, plus improved tailwinds, what would be the two top picks in large caps, and what would be the two top picks in mid caps?
For the large cap companies, the growth guidance is mostly in the range of mid single digit, say something around 3 to 5% is. And but more importantly, this is coming after a period of very slowdown on account of various reasons. So I would say for large cap companies, it's more of valuation play. Like so TCS or Infosys, they are trading at roughly 20 times price to earning on FY27 earnings. So very comfortable valuations. So for large caps, for tier one players, I would say it's a valuation play plus sort of return of stability after 2 bad years. So my two top picks in the large cap would be Infosys, then followed by TCS. And for the tier two category players, I think the play is more about like say growing faster than industry. And here I would say the names I would say plus improving growth profile. So here a company like say LTIMindtree, which have posted two very good quarters after 2 bad years, last 2 years, and margins have improved significantly even in Q2 also, and we expect the growth momentum to continue for LTIMindtree. Besides, we are also positive on Coforge like. So in tier 2, we are positive on LTIMindtree and Coforge.
Okay. Let's also focus on telecom, because that is also a part of your research output. Very, very strong moves coming in on Bharti Airtel. We have seen many block deals in which both the Indian parent and the overseas parent have reduced stake, welcoming new players into the sector, into the stock. Sectoral tailwinds are also very strong. What is your view on Bharti Airtel and Indus Towers?
See, telecom sector has become sort of like a duopoly. So it's sort of like a duopoly market with two large players having almost 80% market share. So they now have the pricing power and they can take a tariff increase after every say every 2 years. So they have this pricing power, and this is also which we are saying is this a continuous increase in ARPU. So the ARPU continues to grow quarter on quarter. This is primarily for like say Bharti Airtel, which has the industry leading ARPU at 256 rupees per month per user. And also for Bharti, I would say their margins have also improved over the last few years. Of course, aided by these tariff hikes, because a bigger chunk of it flows to this bottom line, and also they are paying their debt, so their total debt will come down, and we expect stronger free cash flow generation for Bharti Airtel. So overall, they continue to add customers. They continue to add 4G customers. There is a continued momentum on account of 2G to 4G conversion, along with tariff hikes. So, so for telecom space, I would say, especially for the operators, unless some fourth or fifth play enters the market, it is very easy game for the existing two big players like say Bharti or Jio. And coming to Indus Tower, see Indus Tower, like say, I am positive on Indus Tower primarily because there are news reports that Vodafone might get some sort of relief because the government wants to preserve this 3+1 structure in the industry to maintain some competition. So if Vodafone gets some relief, it will do its capex, it will augment its 4G and 5G network, and that of course will benefit Indus Towers. And plus, we also have seen that most of the receivables of Indus Tower from Vodafone India mostly has significantly come down. So Vodafone has been able to pay dues to Indus Tower over the last year or so. So that dues has come down, and we expect that as Vodafone ramp up its capex, we will see improvement in number of towers and co-location for Indus Tower. So at the current valuation, Indus Tower roughly trades at price to earning of around 13x on FY27. So it is good valuation, and there is a trigger, expected trigger in the form of relief AGR dues to for Vodafone Idea.
Right, right. Uh, um, uh, Piyush, I hesitate to ask, but this is a very active trade in the market and therefore requires your attention. What about Vodafone Idea? From 7 rupees, the stock has moved for 11, primarily because the government took stake at additional stake at 10%, at 10 rupees a pair. What is your prognosis? The government is making right noises in the form of delaying AGR dues. Do you think 2026 would be a trade on the long side for Idea Cellular?
See, Vodafone Idea's stock remains speculative, it remains volatile, but there are reports that government can provide very significant relief to Vodafone Idea in the form of some, some sort of relief regarding AGR dues. So we don't know what it can exactly be, but I would say that there are reports that government is very serious regarding maintaining this 3+1 structure in the industry, and just for the sake of consumer choices, competition, to drive innovation, because ultimately any industry needs a reasonable number of players to drive competition, efficiencies, innovations, and consumer choice. So it is, say, our view is that Vodafone Idea will survive, uh, and once it's wrapped up, once it is done with its capex part, that uh, uh, then it might even like do well regarding customer addition also. But I think as of now, I think the better way to play any relief for Vodafone Idea can be Indus Tower. Like so, Indus Tower looks more. I would say there is more visibility in terms of. See, it is ultimately a profit generating company with a strong cash flow generation. Indus Tower, whereas Vodafone Idea is like a loss making company. So to play this expected story of relief for Vodafone Idea, I would say Indus Tower can be a better way to play it out.
Okay, fair point. Actually, it is for the really brave-hearted to take a trade on Idea Cellular on the long side, but a lot of people are attracted to the low ticket size, not realizing that you should be buying a profit-making company rather than a loss-making one. Nevertheless, it was my duty to ask, and therefore I did. Piyush ji, when you sit back and think about 2026, what are the first thoughts that come to your mind as far as the IT sector is concerned? On a broader picture, if you look at the Nifty IT index on the long-term chart, in the month of September, the index has corrected about 28-29% from its all-time peak. What is your gut feel about IT as a sectoral play in 2026? Will it attract funds from across the board, or will it remain a sideshow?
Yeah, I would say that, of course, fundamentals are improving for the IT sector in terms of deal flow, in terms of revenue growth profile, and clients also more ready to spend. And also at the current valuation, I would say, so both things like at the current valuation and also like improving fundamentals. Plus, we also have this story of rupee depreciating. So all in all, I think it makes sense to uh, uh, add weight in the IT sector. And I would say IT, it would be a reasonably good year for IT next year compared to last 2 years which we saw.
Okay. My final question, Piyush ji, to you is on the telecom space. Do you think 2026 will see the IPO of Jio, Reliance Telecom?
Yeah. So as per the timeline, we expect Jio IPO by around say by June 2026. Like, and as per the market rumors, it would be say upward of say close to $150 billion. So not the final amount, but it would be somewhere close to. And uh, of course, it would be like another big play besides Bharti Airtel in the listed space for the telecom sector.
Okay. With that positive outlook for 2026 for both telecom and IT, Piyush ji here is wishing you all the best and hoping that 2026 brings out the best of Indian IT as far as markets are concerned. Thank you for your time, sir. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Mr. Piyush Pandey. Thank you for watching.